Hello. Today we will be discussing the AVer professional tracking camera TR530. Specifically, we will be discussing tracking modes for stage and for segment modes. Previously, we had discussed wide area tracking, which is best suited for well-lit classroom environments where the camera is maybe 25 to 40 to 50 feet away from the presenter. But in today's video, we will discuss stage, which is an environment where the lights are perhaps, it is not well lit, and perhaps the camera is a little bit further away from the presenter, anywhere from 60, 70, 80 feet away. As well as segment mode, where the content is more important than the actual presenter. So a quick overview of the camera. The front of the camera, we have the PTZ lens and the panoramic lens. For wide area tracking, both lenses are used, one for face, one for motion. For stage, it is based mainly with motion, so the panoramic. And then for segment is also more motion. A quick look on the back of the camera. We have an RJ45 for network connectivity, 2 SDI outputs, an HDMI output, audio line input for powered microphone or audio mixer, RS-232, and power connection, 12 volts DC at 5 amps. So again, looking over the AVer professional tracking camera, the TR530 has these three modes: wide area, stage, and segment. And the TR320 only comes with wide area tracking. So here we have the page for tracking, and we will focus on stage and segment. A good rule of thumb is when you're setting up your viewing dimension for the crosshairs, you want to look at the presenter, and you want the crosshairs to be roughly an inch and a half by 1.5 inches. So you want to create this box that's 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. Also for stage and segment, the install height is anywhere between 6'6" to 8 feet in the air. That's its sweet spot. And then you could use it anywhere from 10 feet up to 100 feet. Again, depending on the lighting conditions, you may go to wide mode, but again, we're assuming the lighting is not ideal, and perhaps the camera is pushed further back, maybe in the 60 foot range. So one of the first things we want to do is log into the camera via the web page using Chrome or IE11. Edge is not supported, so you would open up Chrome 192 and then enter in your IP address of the camera and then log in. This is your landing page. Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit. Another useful tool I find, if you do not know the IP address of your camera, there's a utility provided by AVer for free. Go to the website, download it, do a quick search. It will look for any cameras on your network. It also indicates what firmware you're running, etc. Anyways, this is a landing page. We come here, tracking setting. As mentioned, we had discussed wide area. In this video, we'll discuss or focus more on stage and segment. So once we've selected stage, we're going to verify the object viewing dimension. And as mentioned, we want, as you're panning and zooming, you want this dimension to be 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. So once that's set up, you select save and we move on. Next, we want to select the effective zone. So what is the area that we want to look at for tracking? There is a brief tutorial. I've left it on just for these demonstrations. We'll skip over that. Essentially what you're creating is a grid or an area area that you're defining that anything that enters this area you're going to want to track. Once set up, you'll select save, or maybe in this case it could be a little bit bigger, something like this. We'll set save. Shielded zone allows you to select up to 8 separate grids of varying sizes. I'll skip this here in a second. Here we go. Basically, it's saying if there's anything in the background that could potentially cause, that will have motion. Maybe there's a display here with a moving graphic that's changing every 15 seconds. Something's looping, or maybe over here is another monitor that has a slide presentation, or over here there's an oscillating fan. You don't want that to get in the way of motion. Actually, I want to remove that, make it a little bit bigger. So hitting the minus, I was able to remove it. Selecting plus, I can add. So I'm saying disregard this motion. Likewise, subtract, or the minus to delete anything. Say, okay, I'm fine with this. I'll select save. Target, select target tracking body. This is where we want to select or define the individual or the presenter as far as sizing and for motion detection. Once that's selected, you would select save, and we're good. We could actually enable tracking to do a quick test. But for this environment that I'm in, I'm 6 feet from the camera and I'm well lit to try to demonstrate the stage tracking in this environment. I'll probably get mixed results because this environment that I'm in is better suited for wide area. There is a multi-presenter detection, so if you have multiple individuals coming in and out of the area, you have settings for time delay to go to preset 1, preset 2. Should the tracking get lost, there's a delay for how long you want to get back to preset 1. Likewise, if multi-presenter is enabled, how quickly will you return to preset 2 while if tracking should get lost, and you have sliders here for that. Next, we'll discuss segment. So in stage mode, we'll double check our object viewing dimension. Make sure this dimension is 1.5 inches by roughly 1.5 inches. Once satisfied, select save. Select effective zone. I'm going to reset here. This is the area on my stage I want to look at as far as my different segments. Select next. How many segments do I want to break this up into? 2, 3, or 4? We'll just say 3. We're using presets 6, 7, and 8. Similarly, if we used 4 blocks, it would be preset 6, 7, 8, and 9. So here we can adjust this if needed. I think. Let's see. Yeah, so we can adjust this. Maybe this area is a little bit bigger. Something like this. Want a little bit of overlap. Select next. Now we're going to go through our presets. So maybe for preset number 7, we want to look here. We're going to zoom into the AVer CL01 camera controller. You can control up to 255 separate cameras with Visca over IP. So I'm satisfied with that. We'll say save preset. Let's go to number 8. What is number 8's preset? We're going to focus on the art. Something over here is we'll be talking about that. So I'll say save that. And then, number 6, we're going to look in detail of this important hinge. So we'll be discussing this hinge in detail, and I'll say save preset. So once you're satisfied with each of these presets and how they look, we will say finish. Okay, so we have the effective zone. There's a shielded zone as well. Again, a tutorial we can skip, go, and we can set up different shielded areas for anything in the background that might have motion. So maybe this fan here, oscillating fan, maybe there's a display back here with a looping video. Select save. And then target tracking body, we want to select the individual for motion. So this person for motion, select save. So that's our motion detection. There's also a motion sensitivity here, and then time delay to return the preset 1 when tracking is lost. So if tracking is lost for some reason, you can wait 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds before returning to a preset 1. So now that's good. We're going to go to here, select PTZ camera just to change the view, and I'm going to enable tracking. So here we are discussing the hinge. As soon as the motion's detected and I move to the other segment, the camera will pan over. Here we can discuss the CL01 camera controller with pan, tilt, zoom, remote control, quick selects for the 7 cameras. We'll come over here and then finally discuss the important artwork here. That's very fascinating. And then again here, if we wanted to come back here, and then let's finish up on the hinge as we close up. So that's how the segment tracking works. And this concludes the video tutorial on the AVer professional tracking camera TR530 and the tracking modes is with regards to segment and stage. Thank you and good luck.